Good morning and welcome to Mayor's Weekly. As always, we're pleased to have you with us. And today, joining me is Brent McCarver, and we want to spend a little time talking about Foothills. There's been some publicity on our plan, and as we've looked at that, we think there needs to be some clarifications made, and we'll do that and talk about Foothills in general. But before we talk about Foothills, again, I want to make an urgent plea to everyone to practice the preventive measures that have been rolled out to us to try to turn back this pandemic. I hope you saw the governor extended the mask ordinance out to the 22nd of January. If you read any news, and I'm convinced a lot of people don't, our hospitals are spilling over with coronavirus patients. UAB, our largest hospital in the state, is at about a point of being maxed out, and yet I think there's some that still claim it's a hoax, nothing to it, you shouldn't wear a mask. But when you hear from medical professionals, folks that are specialized in the treatment of diseases and that sort of thing, calling for us to do those things that have been rolled out to us, in my mind, it makes a lot of sense to do it. Personally, I'm going to do it. And as I've shared with you before, the life you save may be your own, may be one of your loved ones, and I can point you in the direction of a number of folks that have buried loved ones in recent times as a result of COVID. So it's serious. The problem continues to worsen as we see it. So please, consider doing those things that we've been asked to do, and hopefully a vaccine is not too far away that we can begin to have those vaccines administered, or I say we won't have it administered, but can be administered, and it will hopefully break this pandemic and the grip it's had on this country and the impact it's had on people from employment, how they look after their families, that sort of thing. Really, really challenging. So I hope the day is not too far away that we can put COVID-19 in our rearview mirror. I don't know if that day will come, but I think that the situation can improve. Now, Brent, let's talk about Foothills 2021. 2020 didn't happen. COVID being the driver.
Right.
And while we were thinking about Foothills 2020, and we start early in the year, we were thinking about it pre-COVID, that should we have Foothills in early September when the heat's unbearable, but as it turned out with COVID, we took that off the table, and so. One of the things that I think needs clarification, as it stands now, when will Foothills 2021 take place?
Foothills 2021 will be April 30th and May 1st, provided we're not under the same health mandates that we're under right now.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that in just a minute.
Okay.
But the thinking there is that certainly the weather could be more pleasant.
Right.
We know there's risk there. That's a rainy season,
right.
But let's talk a little bit about the preparation that's done. That we've contracted on a contingency basis with our music talent. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're very excited. We've been able to go ahead and announce we had all but one of the acts completely signed. And you're correct. All of our contracts this year, Russ Robertson helped us, and then, of course, the entertainers, agents, they do have what's called addendum language to them specific to COVID. And so we had to work a little bit longer negotiating that, what we would agree to and what they could agree to as far as, some of these entertainers have, over the past few months, dealt with literally being told the day of an engagement, we're not going to have it. And so some of their language has gotten to where, they want 4 months or something like that, heads up, and we worked through some of that. But all the contracts but one are signed, and we're waiting on that one. we were able to announce we're very excited about this year's lineup. We have the Red Clay Strays coming back, band out of Mobile. They were here last year. Huge crowd favorite last year. We were pleased. They got here early, spent time up and down the strip at Tallulah, Rock and Roll Sushi, different places, and just some young guys that were really involved in being here. And but since then, they've gone on to be in a television show. They've had a top 40. Good Godly Woman is a song they've had that's really hit big. So we're really excited to be able to have them back. They will open Foothills at 5:30 on Friday, April 30th. I'm sorry, at 6:30 on Friday, April 30th. Then following them is a very talented lady. I will have to defer to Zach Baker on this one again, but this lady's name's Aubrey Sellers. She is a big, what they call, supporting act from Nashville. She is Leanne Womack's daughter. So, and if you have XM radio, you listen to the country stations, you watch things like the CMAs, you'll know who Aubrey Sellers is. She's got a couple of things playing on country music right now. And then the headliner is someone we've had people request. If you saw Whiskey Myers that we had last year, then you certainly will know what type of band this is. But the Steelwoods on Friday night will be our headliner. Real excited to have them. They're what we've come accustomed to on our Friday night. They're a country rock, southern rock. People like me and you, they're an Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner type band. Very, very good, very popular. And then Saturday's lineup has been one that I know the whole 4 years I've been involved, we've been trying to get our headliner. Saturday will open up with the phenomenal blues guitarist Samantha Fish. We'll start the show off. She's a Grammy Award winner. If you listen to blues music, she's virtuoso on the guitar. Our band we can't announce yet because we have one piece of paper not signed out of about 40. You've signed them all, so we're waiting to get theirs back where they agree to our addendum. Yeah. But we won't announce them yet, but that's going to be a big one. And then, folks, we got St. Paul and the Broken Bones, which is by far the largest active name we've ever been able to secure. We worked really hard on getting them. There's some backstory to that. Of course, they do have a member. Mr. Brandstetter is the son of our former retired dentist. He's a Jasper native, and they are just a phenomenal, feel-good, put on a great show band, very popular. But two of our acts will have some music coming out, new music right before they come. So again, we think we've got a phenomenal lineup. Saturday, our vendors are starting to come on board. They're beginning to sign up, and Lisa is working very hard on getting those together. So Saturday during the day, we've got a few things working we think will be new. But so we just hope this vaccine or corona comes through and we can hold it together.
Brent, as you see it today, and understanding things can change, when do you think you'll make the call to go forward or cancel it?
We met, Lisa and Zach and I actually met, today's Thursday, so Monday of this week. We pretty much, and again, we'll talk to the council and let them know and be involved in this as well, but from Zach's standpoint with the entertainment, from Lisa's standpoint with vendors, mine with marketing and raising funds, we're looking at probably March 15, which is actually 45 days from the event.
Right.
We pretty much are going to need to let these entertainers know 30 days in advance.
Okay.
Now, of course, obviously there's tons of contingencies, and there's, we have weather insurance and different things like that involved. So, but we need to have decided that as far as Corona or anything else, that we're committed to doing it about 45 to 30 days outside. So okay. I'm thinking March. We should be able to tell everybody.
Okay. Well, then let's hope that it works through. We go through. We evaluate a spring festival versus a fall festival, and then make a call for 2022. Won't
right.
we? As to when we do that. Brent, I'm always amazed that I don't do Facebook, the things that I hear from Facebook. And
Yeah.
one of them is that we can't have our Christmas parade, but the rich folks
Yeah.
are going to get to have their party or their festival or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been working in this city for about 40 years, and there's not been a Foothills festival that I have not attended. You've been involved with Foothills here, what now, 3 or 4 years?
4 on this side of it, and
Okay.
then, of course, when I was with the Chamber Board, a couple of years.
And, you know, as I thought about that, and I thought about how far-fetched that thinking
Right.
is, never have I seen anybody at the gate asking people how much money they had in their
No.
checking account. Never have I seen anybody handing out earplugs to those that didn't have a lot in their checking account so
Right.
they couldn't hear the music. The door's open to everybody.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter if you have a 3-piece suit on or if you have tattered clothing.
Exactly.
We ask you to behave,
Yes, sir.
and we enforce that. But this has nothing to do with economic status.
You know, part of the whole point of this, and one of the things that we work hard to sell to the artist is it's a free event. So in other words, there's no way to regulate who comes to a free event. That's one of the things that's such just kind of a side note, such a positive for our police and firemen and our public safety that we have people from literally all over the country that come to this because it's free and they have an opportunity to see these type of bands. And the second thing about, you know, like the Christmas parade, they made the chamber made the decision, and understandably so, but they made it maybe 10 days before the event.
Yeah.
As we get 10 days before this event, we may not have it either. We just have to, from a marketing standpoint and a logistics standpoint, we have to plan as if we're going to have it. But
Yeah.
once we get in that March 15 window, it might be canceled too. So it certainly has nothing to do with economics or, you know, and who you are, or who you know, or where you live.
And what makes this possible, and certainly there are affluent people in Jasper.
Sure.
And the half of the budget probably comes from businesses in Jasper, right?
Actually, closer to 70%.
70%
In the last
of the
2 years.
budget. Now,
More than the city gives.
without naming names at this point, whatever, not a name, but dollar-wise, the largest contributor, $10,000, $15,000.
The largest dollar contributor, cash pure contributor, is a $15,000, but we have 3 of them.
Okay, now, I don't know any economically disadvantaged folks that could make that kind of contribution.
no,
So I'm very thankful that we have some folks that do
Exactly.
quite well that make this a reality.
Yes.
Without it, we wouldn't.
Sure.
I mean, you wouldn't be talking about it, might not even be talking about
Probably
an
wouldn't even
event.
have it, right.
That's right. So it's, and then you go on and you line Jasper up. I was talking yesterday about a city of 14,000 in the hill country of North Alabama. When you start looking at a city of 14,000 in the hill country of Alabama or Mississippi or Georgia or whatever, you're not going to find an event like this.
No, sir. There isn't anything, and I would hesitate to say because I'm so deeply involved with it, but remove me from it. There's nothing. Zach Baker works with these type of events and these individuals going back to when he was in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like this anywhere around. You know, people, as you're talking about Facebook, whenever we make comments, they want to say, well, Coleman, the Rock the South in Coleman, first of all, you pay to go, and it's a much different type of event.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a totally different animal. But there is no event like this, no community festival that literally, as you said, a city of 14,000 people. Well, like we estimate that we had around 15,000 at any one point in time in downtown Jasper.
Yeah.
So we know people are coming from other places.
Yeah.
It's on people's radar. You mentioned Facebook. We announced. I was so pleased about this. We announced last Saturday. Jeremy Haygood at Designs on You helps us with social media. Lanny Caps helps us with our website, and we were able to organize and get some things coordinated with the Mountain Eagle. Made our announcement on Saturday. I don't know if I've even shared with Lanny. By Sunday, we announced everything went up, I'd say, by noon Saturday. By Sunday around midnight, we had 14,000 people reached from people sharing. Over 7,000 people follow, and this is nationwide, follow the Foothills Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know, I always talk with Lanny, I don't know what kind of traffic we've had yet to the website, but it's just something people sit and wait on it. When we make announcements, they get immediate coverage and get spread out. So that's people talking about Jasper wherever they are. Last year we had somebody call in, won't know where we had campsites nearby so that they could plan to come down. They were taking a vacation from work to come down, and their family, they were going to come down in an RV. They followed this band, Whiskey Myers.
Yeah.
And as they said, we can't hear them play free anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, those, as you say so many times, those people bought gas here, they ate a hamburger here, went to Walmart here. So that's what this whole event is about, is to showcase Jasper, again, regardless of economic standing, and to showcase our restaurants and our stores and our sidewalks and our parks. And so that's why I think it's such a good event.
Yeah. Well, I'm darn proud of Foothills and what it means to our city, and proud of that our businesses in this city, individuals, professionals, will step up and contribute over half of the budget to make it a reality. So, Brent, thank you for joining us this morning, and let's hope that things can improve with the pandemic, and Foothills 2021 can go as planned. So thank you for being with us, and we'll look forward to being with you next week.